The Young and the Restless spoilers. What if Victor Newman dies? Examining the possible departure of a soap icon, few characters in daytime television command as much respect and recognition as Victor Newman, portrayed by the incomparable Eric Braeden on The Young and the Restless. For decades, viewers have tuned in daily to witness his fierce determination, ruthless business maneuvers, and, occasionally, surprising moments of heartfelt vulnerability. Victor has become more than just a fictional figure, he is a cultural icon. That's precisely why his health and potential demise spark such a complex and emotional conversation among fans and industry insiders alike. Eric Braeden's legacy and the question of retirement. Eric Braeden's portrayal of Victor Newman has been pivotal to The Young and the Restless since the early 1980s. His commitment to the role, combined with his on-screen charisma, helped elevate the Newman family into the central powerhouse of Genoa City. Yet, after decades of dedication, it's understandable that Braeden might be contemplating retirement. Actors in long-running soap operas often devote their entire professional lives to one iconic part, and stepping away can be both liberating and heartbreaking. Moreover, the storyline developments, such as Victor's house being burned to the ground and the character's recent shooting by Ian Ward, seem to weigh heavily on both the actor and the audience. In real life, Eric Braeden has hinted at the toll such continuous, high-intensity work can take. The creative team has also maintained a degree of secrecy about Victor's health in the show, possibly reflecting Braeden's own uncertainties about continuing. Whether one interprets this as an artistic narrative choice or a practical behind-the-scenes decision, it underscores that a change might be on the horizon. The emotional weight of a soap opera giant. Victor Newman is not your average daytime character. He's arguably the central pillar of The Young and the Restless. His layered personality and iconic feuds, especially those with Jack Abbott, have driven major storylines for decades. If the character were to die, it would send seismic waves through Genoa City, affecting Nikki, Nick, Victoria, Adam, Abby, and dozens of other characters who orbit the Newman universe. It's no wonder that the notion of Victor's potential death triggers intense reactions from fans. Some would vehemently oppose his demise. To them, Victor Newman is The Young and the Restless, and losing him would diminish the soul of the series. Others see it as an honorable exit and a well-earned rest. In this perspective, allowing both the actor and the character to step away peacefully would be a fitting tribute to an incredible career and a sign of respect for Eric Braeden's contributions. It's a delicate balance. The writers, producers, and Eric Braeden himself have a responsibility to the fans who have invested years, sometimes generations, into following the Newman saga. Yet, they also owe it to the actor to respect his wishes, health, and personal fulfillment. Nikki's heartbreaking vigil. At the moment, Nikki is portrayed as waiting tirelessly by Victor's side, hoping for a miraculous recovery after he was gravely injured by Ian Ward. In The Young and the Restless, Nikki and Victor's relationship has defined the show's romantic and familial tensions for years. Through their countless marriages, divorces, betrayals, and redemptions, Nikki remains Victor's unwavering partner. Watching her face the possibility of losing him, potentially forever, heightens the drama for viewers who have witnessed their love story unfold for decades. Should Victor die, Nikki's grief would resonate across the canvas of Genoa City. While the show is known for its iconic heartbreaks and big emotional arcs, the loss of Victor would be unlike any other. It would likely trigger massive shifts in corporate power dynamics, family alliances, and perhaps even a new era in which each Newman must find a way to thrive, or self-destruct, without the glue that once held them together. A division among fans. Soap opera fans are famously loyal, but they are also known for having strong opinions. The idea of Victor's potential death has already begun to polarize the audience, the anti-exit crowd. These viewers argue that if Victor dies, The Young and the Restless will lose its central figure. They feel the show wouldn't be the same without him, and they worry ratings and story quality would suffer. The pro-retirement crowd, another segment of the fanbase, believes that Eric Braeden has earned the right to step back and focus on his well-being. They argue that the emotional and physical demands of a high-profile role in a daily soap can be grueling, and the actor deserves the freedom to enjoy retirement after such a monumental legacy. This debate underscores the complexity of dealing with legendary characters in long-running series. Daytime television thrives on continuity and familiar faces. Yet, real life intervenes, actors age, creative directions shift, and nobody, not even the grand Victor Newman, can truly reign forever. What would Victor's death mean for the show's future? A power vacuum at Newman Enterprises. If Victor passes away, who steers the ship? Nick, Victoria, and Adam have all taken the helm at different points, but none commands the same level of authority as their father. The battle for control could become the show's new focal storyline, ushering in fresh drama and rivalry. Emotional fallout. Characters like Nikki, Sharon, Abby, and even Jack might be forced to reevaluate their relationships and priorities. The loss of a longtime adversary can be as jarring as losing a friend. Jack, for instance, might find himself oddly adrift without Victor to spar against. Potential shifts in tone. Victor's presence has always lent the young and the restless a certain gravitas. Without him, the show might undergo a tonal shift, leaning on other characters for that commanding presence or developing new, unexpected leads to keep audiences riveted. Could there be another way? Death might not be the only option for removing Victor from the canvas if Braeden decides to retire. Soap operas have a long tradition of sending characters off-screen, sometimes allowing them to return later in dramatic fashion. Writers might choose a storyline that sees Victor quietly stepping away from Genoa City with Nikki to focus on his health, leaving the door open for guest appearances or special cameos if Braeden is willing and able. Such a choice could appease fans who refuse to see Victor gone for good, while also granting Braeden a well-deserved respite from the hectic soap opera schedule. In many daytime dramas, retirement can be flexible, a chance for beloved actors to return for milestone events or pivotal episodes. Reflecting on the emotional impact to your question, how would we feel if Victor died? Speaks directly to the heart of every fan who has become emotionally invested in the Newman patriarch. For many, losing Victor is akin to losing a family member or friend. The character has been an integral part of their daily lives. It would be an end of an era, an emotional milestone, and a sign that the show itself might change irrevocably. Yet, there's a certain poetry in allowing a character like Victor to end his journey on his own terms, especially if Braeden has signaled that he's ready for a peaceful exit. The heartbreak fans might experience could be tempered by gratitude and respect for an actor who devoted so many years to bringing Victor to life. In essence, if Victor Newman truly dies, it will evoke a profound mix of sadness, nostalgia, anger, and acceptance. Viewers will grieve the loss of a legendary figure, but they may also come to appreciate the significance of giving an actor a chance to rest and enjoy his life beyond the spotlight. Conclusion. Whether or not Victor Newman meets his end, there is no denying his immeasurable impact on the young and the restless. For more than 40 years, Victor's presence has shaped the emotional core of the show, driving storylines, rivalries, and unforgettable family drama. Braeden's performance has been nothing short of iconic, and his potential retirement is simultaneously heartbreaking and well-deserved. If Victor does die, some fans will be devastated, mourning the loss of a beloved character who felt almost immortal. Others will rally behind Braeden's right to step away, understanding that even titans of the soap world must eventually retire. Either way, the conversation underscores just how deeply entrenched Victor Newman is in the hearts and minds of his audience, and just how monumental his absence would be for the young and the restless. The last days of Victor Newman, a family torn apart by power and greed for decades, Victor Newman has been the indomitable force at the heart of the young and the restless. A titan of business, a master manipulator, and a man who built an empire with his own hands, Victor has faced countless enemies, betrayals, and personal tragedies. But now, as he lies unconscious in a hospital bed, the great Newman patriarch faces a battle he might not win, his own mortality. The doctor's words were clear: Victor is old, gravely injured, and the chances of his recovery are slim. The bullet wound inflicted by Ian Ward has left irreparable damage, and despite all of Victor's past resilience, this time, his body may not be strong enough to fight back. As the Newman family gathers at his bedside, their emotions run high, not just out of grief and worry, but something far more dangerous: ambition. If Victor dies, the empire he spent a lifetime building will be up for grabs. And his children know it. A family at war, who will inherit the empire? With Victor clinging to life, his four closest family members, Nikki, Victoria, Nick, and Adam, begin to reveal their true natures. What started as a bedside vigil quickly descends into a cold war of inheritance, with each member vying to position themselves as the rightful heir to Newman Enterprises. Victoria Newman, the corporate heir apparent. Victoria has always been her father's favorite when it comes to business. She is the most ruthless, competent, and prepared of all his children to take over Newman Enterprises. But she also carries an undeniable flaw: she is too much like Victor. Her ability to scheme and manipulate rivals even her father's, but in her desperation to prove herself, she has often made reckless choices that backfired. This company was always meant to be mine, Victoria argues, standing firm in her belief that she is the only one who truly understands how to run Newman Enterprises. I've given my entire life to this, while Nick and Adam spent theirs running away. But her confidence isn't enough. Nick and Adam are not about to hand over their father's empire so easily. Nick Newman, the moral alternative. Unlike Victoria, Nick never wanted to be like Victor. He has always fought against his father's cutthroat way of doing business, and he values family more than power. But when the possibility of Victor's death becomes real, Nick begins to rethink everything. If I don't step up, Victoria will turn this company into another battlefield, he tells his mother, Nikki, who stands in silent grief beside Victor's hospital bed. And Adam? God help us if he gets his hands on it. Despite his past refusal to be part of the corporate world, Nick knows that if he doesn't take control, someone else will. The question is he willing to become the thing he spent his life running from? Adam Newman. The dark horse. If anyone has the most to gain from Victor's potential death, it's Adam Newman. The eternal black sheep of the Newman family, Adam has spent years fighting for his father's approval, only to be cast aside over and over again. Now, he sees an opportunity. This company needs a leader who isn't blinded by emotion, Adam tells Victoria and Nick. You two are too caught up in proving yourselves. Me? I know how to get things done. Victoria glares at him. You mean lying, cheating, and stabbing people in the back? Adam smirks. Oh, please. Spare me the hypocrisy. You'd do the same if it meant getting the throne. Despite his sharp words, Adam has something no one else does: the deep, desperate desire to prove Victor wrong. If he can take over Newman Enterprises, he can finally show the world, and his father, that he was always the most capable heir. But will his own self-destructive tendencies get in the way? Nikki Newman, the silent observer while her children battle for control, Nikki stands at Victor's bedside, refusing to participate in their power struggle. She has loved and hated Victor in equal measure, standing by his side through countless wars, betrayals, and reconciliations. But now, she is just a wife watching the man she loves slip away. You're all so busy fighting over his company, she finally says, her voice thick with emotion, that you've forgotten what really matters. If your father dies, you won't just lose a business, you'll lose a piece of your souls. Her words cut through the room, but do they even hear her? Or are they already too consumed by their hunger for power? Victor's fate: will he live or die? With Victor's condition worsening, the time for a decision is near. If he dies, his death will trigger an all-out war for Newman Enterprises, one that could tear the family apart permanently. Victoria, Nick, and Adam will stop at nothing to take what they believe is theirs. The fallout could reshape Genoa City forever. But if he lives, everything changes. Victor waking up would force his children to face their greed head-on. Would he disown them for their betrayal? Would he name a successor? Or would he use this as an opportunity to teach them one final lesson? For now, all they can do is wait. The verdict: how will fans react? If Victor dies, it will be one of the most shocking and divisive moments in soap opera history. Fans who have followed his journey for decades will mourn his loss, but others may see it as the natural conclusion to his legendary story. However, some believe that Victor deserves a more dignified ending, one where he chooses to step down, not one where he is forced out by fate. No matter what happens, the young and the restless will never be the same without Victor Newman. Because legends like him? They don't just disappear. They leave behind a legacy that lasts forever. Final question: who will win the throne? Victoria, the logical choice, but too ruthless? Nick, the reluctant hero, but does he even want it? Adam, the wild card, but is he too dangerous? Nikki, could she be the true heir, preserving Victor's legacy? Only one thing is certain: Victor Newman built an empire. And empires don't fall without a fight.